Hi guys, I'm back again. This is probably the last in the series of videos. If you've seen any of the previous videos, there were some products in there that I will probably review separately. Plus, I like the way that WordPress does commenting so much better. So look for those changes. I'll let you know when that's coming up. If anybody has any ideas and suggestions, those are always welcome about moving blogs around. I did try a while back moving some of my posts, like copying my Blogger blog and moving to WordPress. It took like, I don't know, 10 minutes. It was magical. It was great. It worked really well. I just want to do a quick planner update. I know that some of you I had talked to, some of my Filofaxy friends I had talked to about Filofax driving me nuts. I wanted to show you really quickly about these Topaz. I'm so disappointed. I love this binder, don't get me wrong. When it finally got rid of the funky smell it came with, now it smells like a Western wear store. I love it. But I wanted to show you really quickly a couple things about the binder. And okay, can you see here where the blue is wearing on this corner? It's also wearing, you can see that really well on the clasp here. See if you can see it on the, oh yeah, that's a really good picture of it. It's also doing it on the F on the spine, which I don't know if that's as easy to see. It's doing on both ends of the, there's a good picture of it. And at the top. I'm so disappointed with this binder because while I didn't pay, it wasn't as expensive as some of the other binders, and it wasn't as expensive as my Cuban, but it is not wearing well. I've only had this binder since May, early May. I put it into use. It has not seen consistent regular use for probably the last month, certainly since I haven't worked this summer, sadly enough, so it hasn't been out and about much. It hasn't been in my bag at all, hardly. So it's disappointing. If you were thinking about catching a Topaz on sale, I would think twice about it. I got it at Pins and Leather. Their customer service was really excellent. It has obviously nothing to do with Pins and Leather at all. But you know, you pay, I think I paid $54 for it, something to that effect. But even at $50, you don't expect a binder to just wear out in 3 months, a little over 3 months. So that's disappointing. But also, I had gone on and on about Filofax not having enough space, doesn't have enough space, the personal doesn't have enough space, wah. I use the weekly I don't use it much, so I have weeklies in here, and you can see in the last couple of weeks I haven't used it much. I did use it the week before to track some things, and that just got really messy. I didn't like it. I watched Snarling's video, the way she was doing some trackings, and so I set those up. Here's one to do water. I set it up. I bought some quadrille paper, some grid paper, whatever you want to call it, and set up, cut them all out and hole punched them, whatever, put them in here. I don't like that method at all. I also carry the monthlies in mine, but mine are the month on one page with notes. So I have the month down here. My beautiful children turn 10 tomorrow. I don't know where 10 years is going. And what I mean about not enough space, maybe that's inaccurate. Maybe the space is not laid out well. But here is an accuracy. I love fountain pens, and I have acquired a couple of new ones very inexpensively, some $4 Platinum Preppies from Goulet Pens. And they write phantasmically, but Filofax paper is not even remotely, even the Cotton Cream. I noticed somebody posted online that the Cotton Cream was fountain pen friendly. It's not particularly. It's better than the white paper, marginally, but I'm talking about the comparison. This is the Woman Success Planner, and I'm going to show you that there's somebody's phone number. I'm going to have to edit that out. I have some things written down here, say, some to-dos. Those are fountain pen, and those are in a medium nib. And this is the back side of this paper. There is absolutely no show-through, no bleed-through, no nothing. This is my planner pad. Here is, I'm going to show you the blank pages on the other side. Here is, I started using the appointment spaces for my gratitude list and my water intake and the weather, some other recording things, because I just don't use appointment times. This is all fountain pen ink, and this is out of a Pilot Plumix Italic nib. So I'm going to flip it over. And this is the back side of that. No show-through, certainly no bleed-through, but not even any show-through. I can't tell anything. Okay, I lied. There's a little tiny bit of show-through. Certainly not enough to keep you from writing on both sides of the paper. Both of those are fantastically fountain pen friendly. see if I can find something to show you. I'll have to edit that out now. These are some more wants I want for some inks. This is also the italic nib. Even the month pages in between that are on like cardstock take the fountain pen beautifully. There's no feathering, no bleeding, no show through at all. It's even better than the planner pad. They use this wonderful recycled paper. Not for you if you like off-white paper at all, because it's pretty dark off-white. But it's fabulous for fountain pens. So beyond Exclair products, Clairefontaine, Rhodia, Exclair, Quo Vadis, that whole group that uses either Rhodia or Clairefontaine papers for their planners. I have not used any of those because they don't make a format that I'm particularly thrilled with. So I haven't used any of those. I might next year. I might try the TriNote. We'll see. But it's not set up particularly well to meet my needs. But the fact that these are fountain pen friendly puts them way ahead on my list. I will link the blog post, her blog post about calling the dog, about trying different planners. And so the calling the dog method that I'm doing is for me to check out Planner Pad, huge, and the Woman's Success Planner, which is frustrating for a totally different reason. It's glorious, don't get me wrong. I love this paper. I'd like to have a whack of it to make journals with, or art journals or something. I love this paper. So don't misunderstand me. The paper is glorious. When you add on top of dark paper these very dark, very small lines, I think you have a mixture for disaster. Even if it were inspirational quotes, I would still bemoan the loss of the space here. And there's also some loss of space on the other page, because I think what would have been a better idea here is to have put, stupid backwards webcam, an insert inside the planner about how to use it. This is what these spaces are meant for, and here's a couple of ideas how to use it. Instead of on every page printing what you're supposed to use it for. So here, all this space is absolutely wasted because all of that is on every single page. And you can see up here I've made a little affirmation note. You know, you could have put affirmations, you could have made notes. And then on every single page down here at the bottom, where you also could have note space, it has the Success Choice LLC, all rights reserved, and then their website. That's fine. I'm all for branding your product and making sure people don't steal your product. That's perfect. The problem with that is, in a planner this size, it's about A5, a European A5 size. The dimensions are on my website or on the blog in another post. The problem with that is that you use that valuable space people could be using outside of these unfortunately dark and small lines. I use the ones down here, as a matter of fact, on every page, because I put my gratitude list here, and it's exactly 5 spaces, including 6 spaces. So I write 5 things every day, and then gratitude list. And it would be brilliant if it didn't have the stupid little phone. Some of this is ameliorated in this Woman's Success Planner by the fact that after each week there is abundant note space. So there's an end of the week review over here. I use that. I use part of it. I don't fill up the spaces, but it's fine to have that much note space. Down here it has notes, expenses, journal, mileage, and then you have an entire note page over here, which is brilliant because if you make phone calls that you need to note who you talk to and the time, that's a perfect place to do it. And then there's another note page on the other side. Now this I use as the beginning of the next week's note page. So there are 2 note pages per week. You can use obviously front and back at the end of the week, or use this side with the week that you're on, and then use this side with the new week, which is what I do. Planner Pad. I wish some things were different about Planner Pad too, but you can't even have 2 appointments per month. And this is absolute wasted space for me, and that is a whole lot of wasted space to be without, and it's unfortunate. Also, but it would have been brilliant, I think, if they had put either yellow or white, because these pages at the back are yellow, notes pages. Would have been even better if after every week there was a note page, because you have all your stuff with you.